Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Stephanie Valenzuela.
We're here today on Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on October 3rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will issue a secured bond on this case in the amount of $250. We're also here today on a probation violation warrant for violating Term 1 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney and set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on October 4th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I will issue a secured bond on that case as well in the amount of $250. So you have a total bond of $500. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. Do you have any questions?
When did they put in the probation violation? Because they only arrested me for a warrant.
So a Term 1 violation is that you committed a new crime. So because of the new allegations against you for the dangerous drug possession and drug paraphernalia, since that's a new crime that they're alleging that you happened, it's a violation of probation as well.
Oh.
Okay, but talk to your attorney about that. Your attorney can give you a complete copy of the probation petition.
Okay.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Jessica Gonzalez to the podium, and Joseph Aguilar to the chair, please. Good morning, ma'am. Your name and date of birth.
Jessica Gonzalez.
We're here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of disorderly conduct with a weapon, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on October 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will release you today in the supervision of pretrial services. You'll meet with pretrial services. They'll go over their expectations, and then you'll be released. I'm going to order as a part of your release that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. We're not here to determine your guilt or innocence today, but I am concerned regarding the allegations of what happened with the alleged weapon. Absolutely no weapons moving forward, okay? Go ahead, any questions? Okay, grab your paper. Go ahead.
I have more weapons in my home. Do I surrender them?
Yeah, I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons at this point in time. So when you're getting processed with pretrial services, talk to them about that. They'll instruct you on what to do, okay? Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Joseph Aguilar to the podium.
Joseph Aguilar.
Thank you. We're here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of theft, control of property, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on October 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. The pretrial services will meet with you. They'll go over their expectations, and then you'll be released. I'm also ordering as a part of your release that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. Do you have any questions?
I do. I don't want to be released.
I'm sorry?
I don't want to be released.
You don't want to be released?
I don't.
You want me to detain you?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
I have nowhere to go.
All right, sir, I will modify what I previously said. It's going to change your dates a little bit as well. I am setting a status conference on October 3rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 7th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court now. I will still appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. If you change your mind at any point in time, you can post that bond and be released. The remainder of my orders will be the same. Any questions?
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Go ahead and take a seat. We have to reprint your paperwork, and they'll bring it out to you when they're able. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Florencia Garcia.
We're here today on a municipal court new case out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. It's for disorderly conduct fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on October 16th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you will appear for that next court date. As a part of your release, you will have some release conditions that you must abide by. I am ordering that you not have any contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. And I'm also ordering that you may not have any uninvited contact with any alleged victim. You may not reside with the alleged victim unless the alleged victim consents. If the alleged victim does not consent or revokes consent while this case is pending, then you must find an alternative residence and bring proof to your next court date. If that does happen, I will allow one civil standby with local law enforcement. Contact the non-emergency number of local law enforcement. They'll escort you to the home to get your belongings, and then you'll leave. All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab that to your left and have a seat. Gina Romeo to the podium, and Ian Zapata to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Gina Romeo,
You were here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a status conference on October 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30. Both of those will be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I will order that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. Any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Ian Zapata to the podium, and Leslie Trejo to the chair, please.
Fine, yes.
Good morning, Mayor. Your name and date of birth.
Hi, my name is Ian Zapata.
We're here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on October 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you'll appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with the arresting officers, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. Any questions?
God bless you. Thank you.
Not a problem. Go ahead and grab your
From my
paperwork.
heart, God bless you. Thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork and have a seat. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Leslie Trejo.
You were here today on a municipal court new case out of the Buckeye Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of disorderly conduct, fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on October 15th at 8:30 a.m. I will release you on your own recognizance today, but that is a promise that you will appear in the Buckeye Municipal Court for your hearing. As a part of your release, I do have some release conditions you must abide by in the community. I am ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. I'm also ordering that you may not have any uninvited contact with any alleged victim. You may not reside with the alleged victim unless the alleged victim consents. If the alleged victim does not consent or revokes consent at any point in time while this case is pending, then you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. If that does happen, I will allow one civil standby with local law enforcement to get your personal effects. Call the non-emergency number for local law enforcement to set that up. All of this will be in your release paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, if the consenting victim is the person that wanted to pick me up, could he consent immediately in person?
That's fine. As long as the victim is saying you can't be there, I don't want contact, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay? Any other questions?
Oh, yes, my partner in question, he smokes recreationally and he drinks. Do you need us to get it completely out of the house?
I'm ordering that you do not possess or
Okay.
consume any alcohol.
Okay.
I can't give you legal advice on what exactly that means. I would suggest talking with your attorney. I'm appointing
Okay.
one to represent you
Yeah.
about whether that needs to be completely out. I'm mostly worried about you at this point in time. Typically, drugs and alcohol, when we're talking about a domestic violence situation, is not a good, helpful indicator.
Mhm.
So I'm ordering that you not partake or possess any of that.
For sure.
Okay? Any other questions?
Am I allowed to start a medication that I had previously started?
As long as you have a prescription, you're
Okay.
fine.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem. Grab your paperwork from the officer and have a seat. Andrew Fields to the podium, and Lawrence Lucero to the chair, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Andrew Harrison Fields.
Thank you. We're We're here today on a Justice Court warrant of the West Mesa Justice Court. It's for a case involving criminal trespassing. Because it's a misdemeanor, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire an attorney to represent you at your own cost if you'd like.
Understood.
I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on October 15th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you'll appear for your next court date. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. If you don't appear to that next court date, it is likely a warrant will be issued for your arrest again, so make sure you do appear, okay?
I got a question.
Sure.
What agency is arresting me with for this? I haven't figured out where this warrant came from.
Well, that's two different questions. The arresting agency today or where the warrant came from?
Where the original warrant came from. I know Tempe Police brought me in on the warrant, but where is this original crime taking place?
Saying it's out of the West Mesa Justice Court, so likely Mesa PD.
Or could it be Salt River Police, the reservation over there?
Possible, but unlikely. It's possible, though. I don't have access to your actual complaint because it's in the Justice Court, not in the Superior Court. We're in the Superior Court here.
Yeah, I got you.
So I don't have access to your complete case. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't even know I had a case. Like I stopped riding a bike yesterday, and they tell me I had a warrant, and I haven't even been made 10 years.
And that's part of the reason why I'm releasing you today. It does look like they set an arraignment and likely sent you a copy via mail to get you to come in. I don't see here whether it was returned or not, but that's why I'm releasing you. I don't think you had knowledge of that arraignment hearing.
Yeah, I know.
So that's what I can gather at least. So I'm releasing you on this today. When you get to court for your next hearing on the 15th, was it? The 15th. The court will be able to provide you with a complete copy of the complaint and everything.
Okay.
So that'll give you a lot more information on why.
I got you. I'm pretty sure it's trespassing at the casino, but
It's possible. It just kind of depends on,
I got
because
you.
they could charge you on the tribal land or they could kick it out to Mesa, so it just really all depends.
all right, sounds good.
Go ahead and
Thank
grab
you.
your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
All right, thank you.
Lawrence Lucero to the podium and Darren Brown to the chair, please. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Lawrence Lucero, 7.
We're here today on what's called a fugitive of justice case. This is an out-of-state warrant for your arrest. I saw you had that placard in your hand. Did you have the opportunity to read through that?
I did, but I didn't quite understand it.
That's fine. I'm going to go through everything with you. I just want to make sure you at least have the opportunity to read it, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, as I say, we do have a warrant from Nevada for your arrest today. So we have to go through over some things, make a record so that Nevada court has a copy of everything we reviewed, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you do have a warrant out of Nevada, so you do have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to the requesting state within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing and the governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you're sent back to Nevada. If you do choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable in the Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for the requesting state to come and get you. That 30-day period would start tomorrow as long as there are no pending criminal matters in Arizona. If you do have criminal charges pending in Arizona, that 30-day period would not start until those charges are resolved. If you choose to have an extradition hearing, I will set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court on October 7th at 1:30 p.m. I cannot appoint you an attorney in this case because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you do have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense if you choose. You are entitled to bail in this case, which would be a secured bond in the amount of $250,000. If you're able to post that bail, you can be in the community pending the extradition case. Otherwise, you would remain in custody until another judge modifies your bail or you post that bail. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you back to Nevada, and that process could take up to 90 days. So you basically have two different options. Do you have any questions about your various options here?
I mean, I work 60 hours a week. I'm not from here. I'm from California. So I'm out here for work. So if I chose the second option, that would make me bondable to go back to work.
That's correct. You wouldn't be able to leave Arizona, and if you missed that hearing, another warrant would be issued for your arrest.
Would that hearing be out here or Vegas?
Here.
Here. Okay.
Otherwise, you can say, Nevada, come and get me. I voluntarily return. In that case, they would have up to 30 days to come and get you. They could come and get you tomorrow, or they could come and get you at day 30.
The last 30, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So it's up to them. They did say as of this morning they were willing to extradite you, though.
Do you know my charges? I haven't been read my charges.
Yeah. They are quite extensive. It is 27 different counts. Robbery, battery, conspiracy, burglary, another conspiracy, and then a lot of grand larcenies of motor vehicles and firearms, is what the warrant says out of Clark County, Nevada. So the choice is yours. You can voluntarily return to Nevada. You are held non-bondable in that situation until Nevada comes and picks you up, or I can set a hearing and I'll set a bond so that you can at least be released into the community.
I need to get to work.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll set a fugitive from justice hearing on October 7th at 1:30 p.m. in the downtown Superior Court. All of that information will be in your paperwork. You can always waive your right to the extradition matter at a future court hearing as well. You don't lose out on that ability. But I will set the bond at $250,000 secure.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork from the officer and have a seat.
Thank you.
Darren Brown to the podium. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Darren Brown, 12.
We're here today on a fugitive from justice case. I think you heard what I just went over with the other individual.
Yes.
Did you have the opportunity to review the placard before you came into court?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to go over everything with you. I just want to make sure you at least had the opportunity. We are here today on a felony warrant out of Colorado, and Colorado does want you back. You do have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to the requesting state within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing at the governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states before you are sent back to Colorado. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable in the Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for Colorado to come and get you. That 30-day period would start tomorrow as long as you do not have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona. It's my understanding you do have criminal charges pending against you here. I believe I saw you yesterday on these matters. So you would be held non-bondable until that case in Arizona would be resolved. If you choose to have your extradition hearing, I will set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court on October 7th at 1:30 p.m. I cannot appoint you an attorney in this case because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you do still have your publicly appointed attorney in your other criminal matter. You are entitled to bail in this case. It is a secured bond in the amount of $50,000. If you do post bail, you can be released into the community. You also have to post bail on your other cases to be released out of everything.
So if I waive, I still have a bond?
If you waive, you're held non-bondable in this matter. So the problem, not the problem, but the kind of the weird procedural aspect of this is if you waive and say, I'm ready to go back to Colorado, they're not going to come and pick you up until your criminal case in Arizona is resolved.
So
you would be held non-bondable that entire time. So that could be a month from now, it could be a year from now, it depends on how quick your other criminal matter processes.
So then if I don't waive, I'll have a bond of $50,000?
Correct. So those are your two options. Do you have any questions about your two options? And typically a governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you, and that process takes up to 90 days if you go down.
So I have another question. I have a bond in Colorado.
Probably on this case?
Yeah, they said I have a bond of $10,000. So if I say I do waive extradition, can I still pay the bond there and then they will just squash coming getting me, or? Because they squashed already to come and get me in Miami.
That's a lot of moving parts. So ultimately, if the warrant in Colorado is quashed or vacated, whether you post a bond up there or it goes away, if Colorado notifies Arizona that this warrant is no longer valid, you would not be held on the Arizona case anymore. Okay. On this extradition matter, because there is no warrant for you to extradite you at that point in time. So if we set the hearing in the downtown Superior Court on this case today, I'm setting a bond of $50,000. That bond would need to be posted unless the Colorado warrant goes away. So if you contact Colorado and get that warrant to go away, then they would no longer hold you on the extradition matter here. So that $50,000 bond goes away.
Okay, so if I paid the bond, though, I'd be released here, and I'd still have to go turn myself in Colorado?
Well, I mean, whether you turn yourself in is up to you. You still have that pending case in Colorado, yes. I don't know whether they're requiring a bond on you different than what they've put in the warrant or not, because I don't have access to any of Colorado's stuff other than the warrant we're here on.
Okay, and they already said they're going to come get me?
They said that they would come get you. Yep.
Okay, I'll stick with having a bond.
Okay, so I will go ahead and set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court on October 7th at 1:30 p.m. I will issue that secured bond in the amount of $50,000 in this case. If you post bond, you can be released. Also, I know you have that other pending matter. The bond would need to be posted in all of your cases to be released.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a question because you were the person that said it. Yesterday it was set as a secured appearance bond.
Yes.
And then it changed?
Yes, so I had to recall your case in the afternoon. It was after you were already transported, so they should have given you updated paperwork. There was an error when I talked to you in the morning. It should have been a cash bond instead of a secured bond. So I did recall your case and change my ruling. Did they get you your updated paperwork?
No, it's just I had bond companies down there all day
Yeah.
yesterday to get me out, and they're like, we can't get you out.
Right. So as soon as I was notified by the bonding company called the court called us. I changed your order, so that should be good to go as long as the bonding companies are still willing to pay that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will be released on this one as long as I pay, so if I paid both bonds, I would be released from here? Okay,
But
perfect.
you still have to go to court, because if you don't go to the court on this one, another warrant would be issued.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
Any other
perfect.
questions?
No, thank you so
I
much.
will bring your paperwork in just a second. Go ahead and take a seat, okay?
Okay.
Can you print